Oh, Greta, show me on the Barbie doll where she hurt your self-esteem because your self-esteem is not my problem, and I want my money back from this movie. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, and it is quite late, but I just got back from the Barbie Party event, which was basically a preview of the new Barbie film starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Now, I again paid my own money to go and see this. Uh, the film starts out pretty good. It's all one great gal pal party fest in Barbie land. You've got great fashions, great jobs, great parties. Every day is a blast. I mean, it literally looks like all of the Barbie houses and cars and outfits and all of that. And it's just fun. It's like I'm watching it and I feel like I'm a kid again, playing with the Barbie dolls, even to the point where, Barbie's in the shower and there's no water. But she pretends that there is. Anyway, so one day Barbie, of course, has an existential crisis since weird things start happening to her and winds up visiting the real world to go fix things. And how does she do that, you might ask? Well, she has to go find the girl whose doll I guess, whose doll she used to belong to. It sounded weird, but basically, the girl who played with her as a doll, that's the chick she's got to go in the real world and find. And how does she know that? Because apparently, Crazy Barbie, which the Barbies call her crazy to her face, behind her back as well as to her face, was a doll who got played with too much and just basically just ugly. And that's Greta Gerwig's character. Not real interesting, but anyway, that's the deal. Of course, you've got the beta male simp, Ken, who is obviously not happy being in the friend zone and apparently invites himself to go on the ride with her to the real world. So you toss in a mother-daughter relationship that is toxic beyond disrespectful, the constant haranguing that Barbie is too perfect and to blame for everything from fascism to consumerism. And what you have is a film that could have been lighthearted and funny with great emotional moments, but instead turns into a club to beat you into how bad women have it because of the patriarchy. Third world countries are laughing at us right now. So in the end, spoiler alert, I probably should have had the crawl, but anyway, Barbie decides to become a human like the rest of us. How frigging boring and anticlimactic. Although I will say the joke related to that at the end of the movie was quite funny. Yeah, it actually was. I'm not gonna lie, it was actually funny. So, what did I like about this film? Well, first of all, the set design, you can obviously tell they put a lot of time and research into the set design. I'm pretty sure Mattel had something to do with that. All the colors match. Literally, they look exactly like the Barbie camper, like I said, dream house, the cars, everything. Uh, perfectly designed. You actually feel like you're in the world of Barbie for real. That immersion is dead on accurate. So I have got to give them props for getting that part right. Also, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling's performances were wonderful. I will say that. I actually, had an emotional attachment to the characters. They actually, the script, the movie actually made me care about what happens to them. Margot Robbie, perfect as Barbie. Ryan Gosling, he just hammed it up for Ken. I think Ryan Gosling just played himself. So while their performances were wonderful, let's face it, they could only do what the script says, and could have been better. Could have been a lot better. You see Rhea Perlman as the original creator of Barbie. First name is Ruth. The last name is escaping me because it's late and I don't feel like using Google. But it was very nice seeing her. I love Rhea Perlman, and surprisingly enough, Simu Liu, who played one of the Kens and everything, I actually liked him. I mean, he sucked as Shang-Chi, but as a Ken, as one of the Kens, he was fun. I enjoyed watching him. And, speaking of the Kens, I did have fun watching them do crazy, idiotic stuff. Not for nothing, but it was funny, and the camp was over the top. The fun, crazy, idiotic stuff that was fun to laugh at, not cringe at, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So let me tell you what I loathed about this film, okay? Number 1, it's not for children. I don't know why Mattel decided to go that way, but that's a huge mistake on their part. Merchandising, all of that. How many little girls play with Barbie? But considering how much of a feminist diatribe this movie is, and make no mistake, it is blatantly third wave man hating feminist type of film, not something you want your kids really to see anyway. So it's a shame they went that in that direction, but I really don't like that it wasn't made for kids and kids at heart. The opening sequence of this film, blatant disrespect for motherhood, no respect for the Institute of Motherhood, basically saying, "Girls, your mothers don't look all that happy. You don't wanna get stuck taking care of kids and, you know, taking care of a home. That's boring. You don't wanna do that." And not only that, but they've got the little girls smashing the heads of the dolls. No one really laughed that much. I shouldn't say no one. Very few people laughed at that scene, and if they did, it was a very, uncomfortable, kind of laughter, and frankly, as a mom, I took that personally. I thought that was absolutely disgusting that they did that, and yet, later on in the movie, near the end of the movie, the mother's like, "Well, ordinary Barbie could be a mother." Okay, so you trashed mothers at the beginning of this movie, but now at the end of this movie, it's okay? No. No. Then, of course, they have Midge, the pregnant doll. Okay, I remember her. Basically call her freak and push her aside. She has no lines whatsoever. But then again, they really don't respect the Institute of Motherhood in this movie. So makes sense for them to try and do that. And again, like I say, the daughter in this movie, and I forget the actress's name. You have to pardon me. It's late. I don't feel like using Google. She is just a moody, disrespectful girl. I mean, beyond your typical teenager who has the first world problem, and I say that first world problem of blaming Barbie for all the world's ill towards women. It was ridiculous. Her whole diatribe was so nasty. I didn't People in the audience were not really laughing, at least not with her. It was very uncomfortable. laughter for the people who did, but it was ridiculous. And the one girl, okay, the one girl at the table who was like, "Well, I like Barbie," and they basically gave her a look like, "Heifer, you better shut up." I mean, mm, so apparently everybody has to hate Barbie, right? Oh, anyway, enough of that. You have the trashing of men. We all knew this. Well, let's just say rumor out there was about that this was going to happen. And this is indeed what happens in this film. Now, there's a difference between first wave and third wave feminism. First wave feminism is I can do anything. See mine back there? It's my computer engineer Barbie. I can do anything. I just want to be seen as equal. Third wave feminism is basically the patriarchy is responsible for everything wrong in my life. Men suck. So, guess what? I'm just going to trash and emasculate them any chance that I can get. Now, it was funny seeing the Kens take over the Barbie residences and basically turn them into man caves. Now that was actually funny to uh to watch because it's like Ken wasn't really pictured that way, but them kind of finding this new freedom to just be dudes, that was actually funny. But what wasn't funny was when that ploy of turning all of them against each other by first catering to their egos, what the Barbies did, because they brainwashed by the Kens. But magically, Barbie helped them to snap out of it by remembering who they really are outside of men, and basically, they catered to the guys' egos to fool them so Barbie Land would remain full of women. Apparently, they were going to have everybody vote on the Constitution to make Barbie Land into Ken Land, I believe. Yes, Ken Land. But they had the women brainwashed so they wouldn't vote. So in the end, basically, the women wound up distracting the men so they did not get to vote. Oh, one thing, extra thing I do want to add. I did like the part where Barbie did apologize to Ken for basically treating him like he was nothing. Because that was selfish. Not that cool. Not that cool. You could tell, she didn't really care about his feelings or anything like that. So that was actually one of the good things. I'm surprised that they did that. Glad that they did, but it doesn't take away from the fact that basically all the men in this are betas. Um, they are being shamed for who they are, as if testosterone is a bad thing. And that's the crux of it. And the fact that they broke up this whole, because Ken and Barbie were boyfriend and girlfriend, everybody knew that. Except for me. G.I. Joe was my Barbie's boyfriend. But anyway, um, to just take apart that romantic thing, that relationship between the two of them, to just Barbie is a sister doing it for herself. So hollow. Another thing that cracks me up in this film, and again, Greta Gerwig talked about this, about Barbie being unrealistic. But here's what pisses me off: the fact that they're basically saying in this film that Barbie being unrealistic is somehow responsible for women having unrealistic expectations with respect to their bodies and their life. Granted, this is just me personally. I never got my sense of self-esteem from a plastic doll that I love to play with. Okay. I mean, it boosted my self-esteem, but I look to the strong women in my family who told me I can do anything. And playing with Barbie dolls just reinforced that dream to me. Barbie dolls are a means of escapism. That's what it is for kids. And to let girls experience play, to imagine what they could be, is pretty much it. Girls live reality every day, so why do you want to trash an iconic toy just for woke points and to own the patriarchy? It's nonsensical. And frankly, it's insulting. It's insulting to OG Barbie fans like myself who have collected a ton of Barbies over the years, and to young girls who like to play with Barbies, or even we'll say the teenagers, because this is PG-13, who have fond memories of their Barbie dolls. But to put it frankly, this film would have worked better if it was a human being trapped in a Barbie world, because at least that would be total escapism. I couldn't stand the humans in this, except for the cops. Cops were funny. So to kind of wrap this up, my unbiased review would be a 6 out of 10. They had a good story, but then crapped on it with every seemed like every other scene was a mention of the patriarchy and women being held down if it wasn't for men, and men just acting like clowns. There's camp and there's funny, but they went way beyond that. I mean, even the father, I don't even know why I'm surprised at this. Even the father is shown as an idiot. I mean, complete and total idiot, played just for laughs. It's not funny, not funny at all. So, even with that said, story was good again until it got derailed with the feminism and the patriarchy stuff, and that unhinged feminist rant from America Ferrara at the end, that was ridiculous. I mean, just just no, just no. So, unbiased review is 6 out of 10. Biased review, I gave it a 3 out of 10 because Mattel basically insulted their OG Barbie fans the way that Disney has repeatedly insulted Star Wars fans ever since The Last Jedi. Yeah. Although I will say the Barbie movie is slightly better than The Last Jedi. I would actually see that. So I'd rather see this movie than go see The Last Jedi, but pretty much when it comes to Barbie fans like myself, yeah, yeah. Shame on you, Mattel. Shame on you, and I hope you go bankrupt. Did I mention the comment in the movie about alluding to the 1500s when the colonizers brought smallpox with them and it affected the Native Americans? Yeah, they went there with that, and there's also a white savior line in there too. Stupid and unnecessary. Funny and unnecessary would be the Snyder Cut joke that was in there. People laughed at that one, pretty hard. It was kind of funny. No disrespect, I actually like the Snyder Cut. So it's obvious Greta Gerwig doesn't like Barbie, and it shows throughout this whole entire thing. To her, it seems this movie, Barbie, is just a vehicle for her to spew her feminist manifesto at people. That's pretty much what this is, which is a shame because there were obviously some really, really great human moments, thanks to Margot Robbie and to Ryan Gosling. But on the whole, why? Why use Barbie to do that? Why trash a beloved toy or beloved doll, a part of, I'll say, even a part of Americana, so to speak, just because you're pissed off at men? Then again, Lucasfilm was doing the same thing with Star Wars. Thanks, Disney. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to go there. Yes, I did. Sorry, not sorry. In a nutshell, Barbie is not responsible for your self esteem at all. Period. Full stop. But apparently, this film tries to make you think that it's Barbie's fault that you don't have self esteem. It's Barbie's fault that the patriarchy is holding you back. It is Barbie's fault that you don't have everything that you are supposed to have. And dang it, you could if it wasn't for men. That's it. Now, even with all of that said, I would rather go back and watch this movie than watch the live action Little Mermaid, because at least the Barbie movie did make me laugh more than twice. There were definitely funny ass moments in this movie, but again, overshadowed because agenda. Do yourself a favor and keep 114 minutes that you can never get back and skip this movie in the theater. Frankly, I wouldn't even bother to watch this on streaming. Seriously, it's not worth it. All right, I know that kind of went longer than I'd planned, but I wanted to let you all get a firsthand account of what I heard about this film. I am not paid media, I am not show media. I am myself, my hard earned money, and just want to give you my opinion. Take it, do with it what you will. I will tell you that I did see the movie with a camera girl who was in her 20s, who was also a Barbie fan. She had the same reaction that I did. Just like this movie is not how they sold it. The trailers that you saw in the beginning that had like light, funny, Zoolander kind of comedy, and that it would be fun. But it wasn't fun. We got a freaking lecture. And I don't go to the movies to be lectured. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, folks. If you liked it and got some value out of it, please do hit that thumbs up button. And when you do, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified when your girl has hot content for you to enjoy. Did I say subscribe? I hope I did. Oh God, it's late. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to bed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. I still love Barbie, but I this damn movie.